Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Let's Learn with AR. Since it's afternoon here, if you are watching this video at afternoon time, so good afternoon to you as well, otherwise good morning, good evening, whatever time you are watching this video. Today's topic is about a poem which is from American literature, and that is I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died by Emily Dickinson. One of the best poems of Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson, she was an American poet who is considered to be one of the most important figures in American literature. Despite writing almost 1,800 poems during her lifetime, only a handful of her works were published while she was alive. It wasn't until after her death that her poems were discovered and published, gaining her the recognition she deserved. Emily Dickinson was an heiress to a prominent family. Her father was a lawyer and a member of Congress, and her mother was a homemaker. Emily was educated at home and attended Amherst Academy for a short time. However, she was known to be reclusive and preferred to spend her time writing poetry. Dickinson's poetry is characterized by its unconventional style, which includes the use of short lines, slant rhyme, and unconventional capitalization and punctuation. Her poems often explore themes such as death, nature, and the human condition. Some of her most famous works include Because I Could Not Stop for Death, Hope is the Thing with Features, and I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died, which we are going to discuss today. So, if we talk about the title, here the word fly represents death. The buzzing of the fly represents the final moments of the narrator's life, the crossing of a threshold from life to death. The fly is a metaphor for death, and its presence in the title sets the tone for the rest of the poem. The sensory experience of death, the use of the word heard, like here it has been used heard. So the use of the heard in the title suggests that the experience of that is the experience of death is a sensory one. Meanwhile, this poem is its publication date is exactly not mentioned, but it is believed that it was written in 1860s. The poem explores the theme of death and the uncertainty that comes with it. And the structure of the poem consists of 4 stanzas, each with 4 lines. The rhyme scheme of the whole stanzas are A, B, C, B. I Heard a Fly Buzz When I Died is a poem by Emily Dickinson that declares the moment of the speaker's death from a first-person perspective. The poem is divided into 4 stanzas, each of which describes a different aspect of the speaker's experience. So, if we talk about its stanzas, the first stanza is in the first stanza, the speaker sets the scene by describing the quiet and stillness in the room where they are dying. The speaker notes that they are surrounded by their loved ones who are waiting for them to pass away, to die. However, the speaker's attention is drawn to a fly that is buzzing around the room, suggesting that even in the minds of death, life, in the minds of midst, in the in the midst of death, life goes on. And the second stanza deals with the speaker describes the moment of their death, the moment of Hard's death. They note that there was a sound of stillness between the world of the living and the world of the dead, which was interrupted by the buzzing of the fly. The speaker also notes that their eyes were open, but they could not see anything, suggesting that they were already transitioning to the afterlife. And the third stanza that deals with the speaker describes the scene after their death. They note that their loved ones were weeping and that there was a tulle or thin fabric that was drawn across their eyes. The speaker also notes that they heard a cracking sound, which could be interpreted as the opening of the gates heaven or the sound of the coffin lid being closed. The last stanza that deals with the uh, speaker reflects on the experience of dying. They note that they had always imagined death to be a grand and dramatic event, but in reality, it was much quieter and more mundane. The speaker suggests that their experience of dying was perhaps not what they had expected, but it was still significant and meaningful. Overall, I heard a fly buzz when I died is a powerful meditation on the experience of dying and the transition from life to death. The poem is notable for its use of vivid and striking imagery as well as its exploration of the intersection between life and death. The buzzing of the fly serves as a reminder of the persistence of life even in the face of death, while the stillness and quiet in the room underscore the weight and significance of the moment. The poem is a poignant reflection on the mysterious or mysteries of death and the inevitability of mortality. So overall, if we talk about its theme, so the theme of the poem is the first theme, which is related to the uncertainty of death. The poem explores the uncertainty and mystery surrounding death. The narrator is aware of their impending death, but they don't know what comes after it. This uncertainty is represented by the buzzing of the fly, which suggests that death is not a clear cut or easily understood event. The second theme that can be in this poem, that is the inevitability of mortality. The poem also reflects the inevitability of death. The narrator knows that death is coming and there is nothing they can do to stop it. This theme is reinforced by the calm and resigned tone of the poem. And the third theme that can be the mundanity of death. Mundanity means MUNDANITY. So the presence of the fly in the poem represents the mundanity of death, despite the fact that death is an extraordinary and profound event. It is accompanied by the ordinary and the mundane. This theme suggests that death is a part of the natural world of things, and that it is process that is both ordinary and extraordinary at the same time. And the last theme which we are having, that is the afterlife. The final stanza of the poem suggests that the narrator is in a state of afterlife as they see the king. So in the poem, the king represents God. This theme reflects the belief in an afterlife and the possibility of a divine presence in the afterlife. So this was all about today's. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If this video has sparked your interest, I suggest you to like, share, comment and do subscribe to the channel. If you have any question regarding this topic or any topic, or you want to suggest anything, you can write in comment section. It will be my pleasure to act upon on that thing. So see you in the next video. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.